Good morning, traders. It is Tuesday, October 29th. Not a whole lot has changed, really. We've been watching the market as it popped, and it's been grinding its way higher. We saw the SP 500 hit new all-time highs yesterday. Everyone is getting super bullish, excited. Put call ratios trading really low, meaning no one's buying downside protection using leverage or options. The VIX is down below that 13 level, meaning there isn't really much fear in the market, and everything is kind of showing signs that there's complacency. And usually what happens when we make a nominal new high is we see some big selling step into the market. We've been talking about this, waiting for this stall out. Our cycle is showing that this week, next week, we see equities start to roll over as long as the cycle analysis holds up, and we could go back into another pretty decent correction in the market. If we look at the next couple trading sessions or the rest of this week here, you can see we could see stocks chop around here and maybe start to roll over by Friday or top out by Friday. If we look at the other asset classes, as stocks move up, we're going to see the safe havens move down. We still have a few more down days for bonds of people moving out of bonds and piling into the stock market that's making these all new time highs. And it's on the media and everyone's getting bullish. This is what happens. People get sucked into stocks right when they're about to roll over. And that's hopefully what's going to happen. And we're going to hopefully get into some type of position for this. Now, if we take a look over at gold, precious metals sold off yesterday. Cycle analysis showing we should still see some more downward bias in the market. If we look over at miners, same thing. It's got a downward bias. It's still struggling in a downtrend. Does look bullish long term, but it hasn't reversed to the upside yet. Silver down 1% this morning. All the metals are trading lower this morning. Gold and silver anyway. You can see here, again, downward bias for silver. We had that big pop and hook, and it's followed by a reversal and continues to sell off. So money is flowing out of the safe havens. Actually, take a look at the utilities as well. Look at money is falling, just pouring out of the utility sector. And this is a sign where it's telling us the average investor and trader is very comfortable being long stocks. They're not buying protection or safe havens. They're actually selling all their safe haven plays. Utilities are a very safe sector. No matter what, we need running water and hydro, yet people are moving out of the safe havens and they're going into stocks hitting new time highs. And we talked about this about a week and a half ago, how the market loves to make these nominal new highs to only be followed by some huge selling once everyone piles in and gets all excited about the markets are making new highs. Anyways, take a look over at crude oil. Down 1.4%. Again, I don't really have too much insight into crude. You look at this price action, you could argue here it's a big bear flag forming, cycles topping out. It is trading lower yesterday and again today. Overall, it could come all the way back down. This 51 range is a really significant level that if 51 is broken, we could see a really big collapse. Overall, not a big fan of how crude is trading, so I'm just not going to follow that or take any trades in there. Natural gas is on fire. We saw a big reversal yesterday, a huge explosive move to the upside, putting our position up about 5%. Today, look at the move today. We're up another 4.5% on the natural gas. Trading up huge. This green line goes way back. If we go to the weekly chart, let's take a look at the green line in the sand here. Very significant support, became resistance, and then we broke through it, support, back down to support, another one. Each time we've hit this, we've seen massive rallies or resistance. And of course, here we traded through it, and then we came up, we kind of penetrated a little bit, sold back down. Here we are back up to this level. So this is a really significant pivot zone in the market. We are going to be up probably 12, 15%, maybe even more today. Maybe it depends how you guys performs, but we could be up 15, 18, maybe 20% today. We're at this green line, two massive back-to-back days, very similar to this type of breakout here. You start to pick up speed, but this time we're at this key pivot zone already. We might pull off half the position lock in some gains, move our stop to break even. In case this just rolls over and goes right back down, we want to make sure we lock in money. If we're up at 10 to 20%, you got to take some money off the table. We'll let the rest run. It shows we still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more days of potential upside before we start to get into this choppy potential cycle topping formation where price could start to stall out. So we're going to play it safe, lock in some gains at the open, move our stop to break even, and we're going to let this mature and see where we end up with the second half of the position to get out, whether it's at break even or if we start to trail it up. If the market really takes off, we'll start trailing it up and chasing the price higher. So when it does reverse, eventually we get out at a much higher price. Anyways, that's it for this morning, and I'll talk to you in a little bit. Bye-bye.